You know that you are going to die. You have always known it. You have read it, heard it, watched it happen to strangers on a screen 1,000 times. You can say the words out loud right now without flinching, but the real answer is far stranger than that. Because somewhere underneath all that knowing, a quiet part of you simply does not believe it. Not really. Not the way you believe that the sun will rise tomorrow or that fire is hot. Think about the last time you heard that someone died, a name in the news, a relative of a friend. You felt something, maybe sadness, maybe a flicker of fear. And then the next thought arrived almost instantly. That happened to them, not to you. You went back to your coffee. You opened your phone. You kept living as if the rule that just claimed another person somehow does not apply to you. This is not arrogance. It is not stupidity. It is the single most sophisticated trick your brain has ever learned to play, and it has been protecting you since the day you were born. The strange thing is that you are the only animal on Earth that even has this problem. A gazelle runs from a lion because the lion is in front of it. The fear is now. It is concrete. It is teeth and speed and the smell of blood. But the gazelle does not lie awake at night imagining its own death years from now. It cannot. It has no model of the future self that ends. You do. Somewhere in the long climb out of the animal world, your ancestors developed something extraordinary and terrible at the same time. They could imagine tomorrow. They could plan a hunt 3 days out. They could picture their children grown. And the moment a brain can imagine the future, it can imagine the one future that waits for everyone. Your own ending. This was a catastrophe. Imagine being the first creature to fully understand that no matter what you do, no matter how fast you run or how clever you are, you will not survive. Every other instinct in your body screams to stay alive, and now your own mind hands you a guarantee that you will lose. How do you get out of bed in the morning carrying that? The answer is that you don't carry it. Your brain hides it from you. In the 1970s, an anthropologist named Ernest Becker wrote a book about exactly this. He called it The Denial of Death, and it won the Pulitzer Prize a few months after he himself died. His argument was simple and unsettling. Becker said that the terror of death is so overwhelming, so fundamentally destabilizing, that human beings cannot function while staring at it directly. So we don't. We build a wall. We push the knowledge of our own mortality down into the basement of the mind and lock the door, and then we spend the rest of our lives doing everything we can to never go down there. Everything you do, Becker argued, is shaped by that locked door. The careers, the monuments, the need to be remembered, the desperate hope that some part of you outlasts your body. All of it, he said, is a way of feeling like you are bigger than death, like you matter enough to be exempt. But here is where it gets even stranger. Becker was a philosopher. He was guessing at what the mind was doing. He had no way to look inside the skull and watch it happen. Now we can. In 2019, a team of researchers at Bar-Ilan University ran an experiment that should have been impossible. Led by a scientist named Yair Dor Ziederman, they hooked people up to a brain scanner and showed them a series of faces. Above each face appeared a word. Sometimes the word was about death, dying, funeral, grave. And while this was happening, they watched a specific signal the brain produces when it predicts what is about to happen, and then gets surprised when reality breaks that prediction. Here is what they found. When you pair death words with a stranger's face, your brain makes a calm prediction. It says, yes, this person is mortal, this person will die, no surprise. The prediction holds, but when they paired those same death words with the subject's own face, something shut down. The brain's prediction machinery simply refused to make the connection. It treated the idea of your own death not as a fact to be processed, but as an error, a glitch. Something so unbelievable that the brain quietly filed it under, "This is about other people," and moved on. Read that again. Your brain has a built-in mechanism whose entire job is to stop you from believing that you, specifically, will die. Why would evolution build such a thing? Why would your mind protect you from a truth that is, after all, completely true? Because the truth taken raw and undiluted would have destroyed your ancestors. Picture a prehistoric human who could not shut the door, who walked through every single day with a vivid, constant, paralyzing awareness that they were going to die. They would not hunt, they would not build, they would not love or plan or raise children, because what is the point if it all ends in dust? The ones who cool?